Hey there, it's Sarah McKenzie from Real Life, and I really want to talk to you today about the importance of standing up for yourself in a relationship. As a mother, the most heartbreaking thing that I can deal with is anytime my kids are hurting, anytime something is going on that is outside of my control, especially when it comes to them being in relationships with other people at those teenage years where nothing makes sense, there is no rational, logical thought. It's emotional, let's just face it, brains do not finish fully forming until your mid 20s when the logic center finally is done growing and developing. But even as well into our adulthood, we're always forming new neural pathways for habits that we are creating for ourselves. And early on, we are taught certain pieces, and those become our habits. And this is what we know. We do what we watch from our mom and dads, we watch other relationships, and we think that's normal. And when behaviors come up that aren't positive, that are tantrums, that are outbursts, that are overreactions, we don't generally learn how to handle them properly. And as parents, we may not know how to help our kids, and we may think, oh, let me just give them a pass this time. But one too many passes means at some point you have helped create that type of emotional, uncontrolled behavior that they think is okay. So, for all of you who don't know, my daughter experienced her not first, but second that I know of at least, brush with domestic violence with her now ex. I am a big proponent of you stand up for yourself, and when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. But if you need a second dose just to confirm that, oh no, it's them, get yourself out of that situation. Don't ever allow yourself to remain in any type where someone pulls a weapon on you, where they beat you, where they hurt you, where they're so physically abusive that you may end up dead. And as parents, what we can do for our children is we can help them by encouraging them to learn more about themselves and understand what a healthy relationship looks like, what boundaries look like, what we expect of ourselves. And if we can't expect it of ourselves, then how can we ask someone else to do the same for us? And I mean, what are we doing as parents to model that behavior? And if we raised our kids from a broken home, if we aren't modeling for them the kind of behavior we want to see in them, then let's first stop and look at ourselves and how do we do better. But nobody, and I mean nobody, deserves to have anything pulled on them to show how tough someone is. Nobody needs to be put in a situation where they're fearing for their lives, and maybe in the moment there's some bravado there, but it is never going to be okay for any person, male or female, to pull out a weapon. I mean, people fight, we argue. I mean, we all do it, but how do you handle yourself? Now, me as a mama bear, I could have gone over there and believe me, every thought, every impulse as a parent to protect my child came up, but I had to control myself because that is not how I want to model for my kids. How do we remain calm, cool, and collected and deal with the moments to bring it down back to a normal level? And then after, we'll deal with the emotional developments. But oh my goodness, for everyone out there, let me just say, if you are dealing with any type of domestic violence, if you are dealing with any type of abuse that actually hits the critical mass to be considered criminal, call 911, get the police involved. The system does not work perfectly. The system is slow and it's going to be hard, but do yourselves a favor. If you are fearing for your life, get out of that situation. If they have met the threshold of violence where, yes, they can be arrested, get them out of there. There is no second chance for you if they kill you. There is no second chance for you if something happens where they exceed their own personal threshold and go out of their minds. You can't do better. You can't take it back. If somebody is stabbed, if somebody is shot, if somebody is beaten to death, there is no bringing them back. You have to protect you. And us as parents, we need to be there to help protect and guide our kids into what a healthy relationship looks like. And all of us need to have that general understanding of, part of me I know feels bad for the boy who did this because he hasn't learned, but he is now an adult. He now needs to have accountability. And sometimes we have to hit rock bottom in order to bounce back up. You have to hit some area of your life where, you know what, it may be on his record forever now, but he needs to learn how to control himself. It's not just anger management, it's emotion management. How do people go and deal with these emotions that they have? Because if you don't recognize what they are, if you haven't given them an opportunity to voice themselves and recognize this is what it feels like to feel anger, this is what it feels like to feel abandoned, lonely, hurt. There's so many different variations underneath that large header. They need time to learn it. Your kids need time to learn it. And if you haven't learned for yourself as an adult, it is time to learn what your emotions truly feel like and give yourself permission to sit with them for a little bit. And what are they trying to teach you? What are they trying to tell you you need to do next? That is critical. So for everyone out there who has dealt with violence of one sort or another, it goes two ways. One, you have to take control and be in charge of where your boundaries are at. Know what you're willing to tolerate and what you do not need in your life. And if someone passes a boundary and a threshold that you're unwilling to have passed, if they put you in a place that is not good for you, then you have every right to remove them from your life. Now, if you have to move out of your situation, then move out. If you need to go somewhere safe, go somewhere safe. If they pull a weapon on you, if they beat you where you have to seek medical treatment, call the cops, press charges. We may feel bad for them the first time, but my daughter lucked out the first time he did this. It didn't result in any bodily injury to her, but it scared her. The second time he did it, no. Do not pass go, directly go to jail. And that is exactly where his little tail landed. And I'm going to tell each and every one of you, you need to stand up for yourself and know what is your voice, what is your truth, and who are you telling this world that you are. Mm-hmm. And don't allow yourself to be ever put in a position where you are going to be stuck and where you are going to be hurt and you may not wake up tomorrow. We can't control what other people do, but we can't control where we allow ourselves to be. And if we stay in a place of being victimized, if we stay in a mental state that is beaten down and broken and left us feeling like this is all we deserve, stop, take a breath. Now, let me just tell you, you deserve so much more than what has happened to you. Move out of that space. If you don't know how, contact me. I will help you take those next steps. But I am not going to tolerate one more person in my life being treated a way they don't deserve. And for yourselves, like I said, there's two parts to this. First, you have to control your situation. You can't control the other person. You then have to turn inward of, how did I get here? What growth do I need? Because somehow we're putting out a message of this is what we deserve. And if you're dealing with old patterns that started from your childhood that you didn't realize that you were dealing with and that you've been cycling through, it's time to step back and do some work for yourself. You need some personal growth to find out, here is my opportunity to become better. I always say that these opportunities, we can either learn from them or we can live a lifetime in prison by them. But do make that choice. I mean, you can change at any moment to see that, you know what, I didn't want this to happen to me. I didn't want to be in this situation, but you have every chance to move forward and allow this to be a learning lesson and grow from. Because my biggest growth opportunities have come from moments I did not want in my life that I did not ask for and would not wish on anybody else, but they have made me stronger, they have made me better, and they've made me more capable of answering this calling that I have on my life of living with purpose, living with integrity, and owning my truth. And you too can own your truth, help your kids find what it means to own theirs, help them operate with inspired integrity and truth, help them become real in their own lives, and put an end to all of this domestic violence, put an end to making it okay to not have responsibility for your actions, and make it a new place of we need to be real people and understand what our emotions are, understand the power of our words, understand the power of our actions, and live a better life, a more loving, more kind life. And at the end of the day, we need to love on each other, support each other. So if you or someone you know is dealing with domestic violence, help them, reach out. And if you're stuck in that situation, I'm going to tell you, you're not stuck. You can move forward. You can choose different. So choose that. And if you need help, like I said, holler at me. My email, for those of you who are personal friends, reach out and I will help in any way, shape, or form I can. I will point you to the right resources and I will tell you from my experience what I have seen of the system and what I have seen that I've gone through with my clients, what I've gone through in my own personal life, and whatever I can do to offer a resource, I will put that out there for you. So for all of you today, it's Monday, and I just pray that everyone has peace, love, and just happiness and joy in their life. And if you're not there yet, just wait. You're going to get there. But today is the day that we all need to just love on each other a little more and help get those who are dealing with domestic violence out of their situations, help encourage them to be strong, encourage each other to be brave and take the next steps that are needed, because we all need to grow, we all need to love, and we all need to get to those places of just having a much better, happier, healthier life. So I look forward to you guys having a great week, and I will see y'all next time.